Hey y'all, welcome back to On the Bar.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Stirling.
I'm Cammie.
I'm Sav.
And today we're going to be talking about our experiences as baristas. That's kind of one of the bases of this podcast that I feel like we haven't really gotten a chance to touch on.
It's where we all met.
yeah.
Well, not all of us, but
It's where
like
we
how
like
we all
came together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
the crucifixion
Ooh,
of
get into it.
like our friendships.
Ooh, wait, what's that word?
The
Crucifixion. I
Ooh,
don't know
wait,
if I
get
used
into
it
it.
right.
no, I
Crucifixion.
feel like that's like when Jesus was up on the cross,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, the Crusades.
Yeah.
The last one.
I think those are separate things.
Oh.
No?
I don't know.
I don't know
No,
either.
all I know is the Last Supper. Okay.
Amen.
Period.
Amen.
Yeah, they were eating
Mm.
and were.
So this is going to be more of like a chatty, funny, silly episode. Same with the one next week as well, more like story time based. And yeah, we miss Sierra right now, but she's in Vegas.
As she should
What
be.
happens
Yes.
in Vegas stays in Vegas. So y'all might not know what happened. Like, you know.
But before we get into all that, how was your guys' weeks?
Yeah, go.
The deep breath.
Yeah.
Right?
I started working a second job this week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where's your sound box?
Oh,
Soon
Yo,
to come.
soon to come,
we
soon
need
to come.
we need
Oh,
to
okay,
figure out
okay.
our itinerary.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So this week I started my second job. I started working at Erewhon. It's very like.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I
Okay,
can say
slay.
one job but not the other.
Okay.
It's funny. So yeah, it's very serious. The coffee shop that we worked at was a small business, so it didn't operate in the same way. Everyone at our place was kind of, working on leaving or was working on other things, and this is the first time I'm in a space where this is what people do and this is what people are inspired by, and like they don't want to go anywhere. So that's just an adjustment, and yeah, it's a lot of physical labor. So my body hurts, but the paycheck was nice.
You got that first paycheck?
I got a paycheck for 3 days.
Yo.
And I'm not going to say the amount on here, but I'll tell you guys.
Yo.
Or I mean, you can bleep it. Like, it was for 3 days.
Oh damn.
That's so beautiful.
And I was like, wait, my
I
body
see.
might just have to hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like.
I see how someone could make that their whole career then.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, y'all, it's dinner on me.
Especially if you're upper management too, you're making bank.
Yeah. And like, oh my gosh, they have a discount for employees that after 6 p.m., all the food is 70% off.
Oh, period.
Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. We could have done that.
Oh.
Yeah. When I went, I closed the other day and I got a sandwich that was normally $17. It was $5.
Oh.
So I'm like, I like that. And I'm learning a lot about the wellness and health space right now, which I'm interested in. So yeah.
If you guys need to have a BM,
Yeah.
a bowel movement,
I was like a BM.
I'm screaming.
A baby mama.
or a baby mama, I don't know. I mean, I'm
Ooh.
sure they're rich over there.
Like,
And they are.
like,
Yeah,
They
sugar
are.
mama more like.
And they are.
But I went to Sav's new place of work with her and Sierra, and I got one of those like probiotic sodas that they have behind the like counter at the smoothie bar. I got a little 12 ounce. I wasn't even halfway through when I told them, I was like, guys, I'll be right back. And Sav was like, do you want us to go with you? And I was like, no, I would never do that to you. So I had to have a BM at the Erewhon in Silver Lake.
I wonder
So-
what that Erewhon's bathroom has seen. Like,
Oh,
you
God.
cannot be the first to
Ooh,
have
wait,
experienced
he-
that.
Yeah.
I will tell you the ingredients in their smoothies and like in their food, like it's the real deal. Like it's a lot of like herbal, like Chinese medicine and like Ayurvedic medicine. That part, I'm like, I'm interested. I'm like, that's cool. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, so I'm just taking what I like and leaving the rest. Yeah, that's my tea.
I love that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I feel like your body will adjust too. Like it just is like the first week, but your body will adjust.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. And are you doing things to like take care of your body? You know?
No. Yeah,
Real.
that's not because
Real.
honestly, I didn't think I was gonna be working this much my first week, but she's just scheduled me like every day for training. So once I get into my actual schedule, I think I'll feel a lot better. But right now, it's just like, because it's like after I get off this job, I go to the next one.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I sleep and then I wake up and do it all over again. So it's like no time for myself right now, which isn't the vibe. Because that's not what I'm here for. Bow. Like,
well, I hope that you can get some time for yourself soon, or like
Thanks.
get into the routine. I know you will.
Like going
Yeah.
home too, like that'll be good and just
Yeah.
I noticed another thing being at that Erewhon is that like people go there to be seen.
Yes.
I have never been to a grocery store that felt like I was in a club.
It's literally it's like a hangout spot.
For
It's
real.
a great place to people watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Emma Chamberlain
I
the
saw
other
that,
day.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, hey girl. Right.
What was she buying? What was Emma
She was just
Chamberlain
like
buying?
walking up, like literally I was just doing my little Sims. And then I look up and then my brain was like, wait, you know who that is? And then I looked back up and I was like, oh shit, that's Emma Chamberlain. And then I looked back up and she was leaving.
You know, she's 24.
Yes.
I had to look this up when you mentioned it. I was like, I know that name. I just
Yeah.
need to like see the face. And then like
Yeah.
Google show 24.
Yeah. She has a podcast too. I enjoy her podcast.
Ooh.
Me too. Yeah. What about you, Sterling? What have you been up to?
God, I flew to Oregon to help clean out my grandparents' house. And then I packed a U-Haul and I drove down from Oregon to the town just outside of LA where we live in one day. So it was a 16-hour drive.
You did it in one day?
One
Were
day.
you with anyone?
Yeah, I was with my dad. So
Okay,
we like
good.
switched.
gosh.
Yeah.
So like who
Dang.
drove more? Was it like
My dad
the-
for sure.
Okay, period.
for
was
sure.
about to
I mean,
say.
like I drove maybe like 5 of those hours.
Woo,
That's a
maybe.
good amount of
Yes,
hours.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of
long
hours. Right.
I was like driving and I was like, could I be a truck driver? Like I had like this
I'm
whole
screaming.
scenario in my head. No, I can't. The answer is no.
Respectfully to all truck drivers out there,
No,
you are
respect.
too pretty to be a truck driver.
There's
Thank
some
you,
hot
thank you.
truck drivers.
I'd be
True.
scared.
There are some, not a lot though.
As a woman on the open road, I'd be scared.
I just can't.
True.
I can't imagine you getting out of a truck, but like for a photo shoot.
yeah.
Like, not for
like,
I want the
livelihood.
aesthetic.
hat and
Yeah.
like camo,
Like Von
oh my
Dutch.
gosh,
Like Von
wait.
Dutch.
Maybe that's
booty
our
shorts.
first pod photo shoot.
I know. Sav said something about being like mechanics too. for us.
Literally, like we'll fix you type shit.
Yes.
I like that. I like that. Oh, well, did you get like good treasures from your grandparents' house?
So many good treasures. It was something like very satisfying. Like my grandma like meticulously preserved and saved like so much of her life. So it was really special to be able to go through a lot of her things, a lot of her clothes. She saved letters. I didn't tell anyone other than the entire internet right now. But I found a letter that a lover wrote to her from like before she was married to my grandfather. Apparently, like it was this man named Peppino from Italy.
Oh, shoot.
Peppino.
See, that was a man right there. You know that was a man right
I'm
there. Like
Yeah,
a
it
letter.
was like this beautifully written letter.
Was it in cursive?
No, it was like typewriter.
Oh,
Yeah,
What the fuck? He
and-
used his ink for her?
I
And
forget about typewriters.
Oh,
in the letter, he's like, I'm sitting here with an English dictionary like open and trying to like translate my feelings for you, and I was just like, where did this kind of love go?
Yo, they
can't-
don't make that.
I just can't even imagine. I'm like, she was, by the time I came around, she was older, had like husband, kids and all that, and like that was her life. But it was so lovely to like read something from a time when she was probably around my age, maybe a little younger. And it was like she was just a girl too.
Yeah.
Oh my
running around
gosh.
Italy having
wow.
little flings.
Ooh.
So I took that letter, I just like, I want to like frame it or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Oh.
kind of like how I can connect with her now.
Yeah.
That's really, really sweet, Sterling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the reason why we had to drive back so quickly was because I had some family shoots that I couldn't get out of. I tried my best to get like covers and stuff, but I couldn't. But ultimately, like, I love it, so I was happy. I ended up doing like 3 shoots on Friday and Saturday. And it made my day because a client reached out to me and said like that they loved their photos and they want to like go with me next time that they need photos and things like that. I love it when people reach out to say that like I did a good job.
Yeah.
That really, it makes it all worth it, because I think this like last episode too I was kind of complaining about.
It's okay. It's an ebb and flow thing.
Yeah. It's hard during the slower seasons when there are days where I'll have like a whole day booked out, let's say, for like I'm available, and then I'll only get like 1 or 2 clients, and it's simply just because it's like who's taking pictures right now other than like, you know, grads or maybe like newborn photos and stuff like that, so it's not as poppin' as like Christmas or Thanksgiving. So right now it's just like the slow season and I have to like wait it out, but yeah.
I feel like whenever something's slow, like this is so duh, but like that means maybe it's making room for something else. Like
yes, right now feels very much like I'm in just like a waiting room of life. Like I know I'm moving on to that next step. I have other things like in the works that I'm like, I just have to wait. I have to sit and wait, and I'm trying not to like put that anxiety onto other people or my relationships, because ultimately I know the only people who are going to really give me those answers are like literally the people making those decisions, aka like, for example, I'm waiting to hear back from a job or something like that, but yeah, it's like this whole week has been just me waiting.
yeah
Yeah.
The waiting room sucks.
Yeah,
in this damn job market too,
like
for real,
it's really crazy. Oof.
What about you, Cammie?
I had a good week. I've just been like trying to catch up on like, it's like, I don't know, I just am a different person during the school year, and now I'm out of school and there's like just so many like life things I need to catch up on, and also there's just so many like different creative projects I want to put my energy towards right now, and which is so lovely and amazing. I just need to figure out what's my priority. Like, what is my priority? Because there's just, I don't know, I think I work slow and things take me longer than like other people, and like I want to make projects the best that they can be, but like they're very time consuming, and I just want to utilize my time right the best, you know. So that's been kind of my week, trying to figure out like what things do I want to allocate my time to right now, and applying to jobs too.
Time management is such
a bitch.
big, such a big thing to navigate too, like something that'll stick. And then also you have to be like you want to, I like, for me at least, I want to adhere to a schedule, and then also you do have to be flexible for life to come and to enjoy life, right?
You know,
right?
I don't know. But also I lied to you guys about something.
Oh,
I went to the Kendrick and SZA concert last night.
You did? I was there, bitch. What the fuck?
I knew you were gonna get in. I knew.
Guys. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh my God. How'd you get in? Like,
Okay.
spill.
Okay, this is kind of like, I kind of want to tell the story. It's just kind of long-winded.
Please.
So,
Go.
like,
you have the stage.
Okay. Well, I like had to go to this concert first and foremost. Like,
Yes.
Kendrick and SZA are my 2 favorite artists of all time. And the fact that they were going on tour together, it was like, when I first found out, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I will be there.
Yeah.
You're
going to make it happen.
Get into it.
Be there. And we had like, I knew like my best bet for like tickets was going to be the day of, budget wise. Because for me personally, I'm not spending $400 for nosebleeds.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
No,
I'll
that's
spend like
ridiculous.
max 100 for nosebleeds. For
Max.
like
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No, they're doing some crazy shit in that industry right now.
It's
Like-
also those are the resellers.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the resellers. Like Ticketmaster needs to figure that out. 'Cause it's really
There should be laws against this.
Yeah.
Like, and also if I'm an artist, like, I don't know, for me personally, I'd be like thinking about my fans and thinking, okay, the majority of my fans can't consume my art. And this is for them. Like, what can I do to combat this? I don't know.
Well, that's why they have like the pre-sales and stuff now, but people will go in there and then buy all of them and then resell.
Yeah.
So it's like I hear you, but it's like the artist honestly doesn't even have that much of a say.
That makes sense.
It's like their team, but most importantly, it's the company. Like it's Ticketmaster.
Yeah. That makes sense.
In the venue.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I would do like a EBT sale card for like my fans. Like, show me proof of your EBT card, and like you can get discounted tickets.
Wait,
like, I would do something like that.
Like that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know, make shit accessible. But let me get into this story, y'all. Okay. Our plan was to show up day of and get tickets. By the time I got to the thing, I got there probably like 30 minutes after the box office opened, and they were completely sold out. Oh. And I was like, okay, damn. I called YouTube because we originally were like, we're gonna go, we're gonna see what it's giving, depending on budget and everything. And so I was really sad. I was like there, and I was like, it's okay. Like, I'm gonna figure this out. I am gonna figure this out. But I purposefully dressed like super cute and like kind of over the top a little bit, because I was like, the best time for me to use pretty privilege is now. Like, this is the time in which I need to do so. I started walking around like, one of the tour photographers saw me and started taking photos of me, and that's when
Oh my god, are you about to be on their Instagram?
Bro,
are you about to be on the SoFi Instagram?
That'd be insane.
On SZA's Instagram?
Was it like the tour Instagram or the venue Instagram?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. He sent me the photos.
Oh, see.
So I have the photos. But so I was like, I saw him start taking photos of me, and I was like, oh, like, okay, wait, this is an avenue. Let me figure this out. And took some photos with him, and then he tried to hit on me, right? And I was like, do you have a ticket for me? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, then there's no point in me allowing you to keep hitting on me.
Right.
And then I started walking around, and I was just trying to figure out my life. Like, I was calling people I got to a point where it's like, okay, like, this isn't gonna happen. And I started calling people, and I was like, do you want to go out tonight? I'm in LA. And like, everybody was busy, or everybody was just like, no, I'm not going out tonight. So I was like, okay, I'm here in LA alone. What do I do? And I was like, I'm getting into this concert. That's what I do. So I started walking around, and I was just thinking, like, I need to position myself where some random person can see me and be like, come in my car, let's go. You know what I mean?
Not come in my car, girl.
Like, dead ass. Like,
you didn't go in anyone's car.
No, I didn't.
Okay, wait. I was like, wait.
I know this sounds insane, guys.
I was just like, wait, you didn't go in anyone's car.
No, I didn't. But truly, like, one thought I had, like, the SoFi has like a VIP area and like a specific drive to go drive down into the VIP area. And like, when you get down to there, they're not checking your ticket. Well, let me at least, okay, my thought the last time I went, like, once you get into the VIP area,
like, they're not gonna question
they're not questioning you. So I was like, okay, so I just need to find some, like, literally, this sounds so bad, but I was like, I just need to find a man that's like, come with me.
I feel like you know, I feel like sometimes you treat life like a video game, which I really like. You're like strategizing about like
I'm dead.
That's literally how I do everything. Literally.
Yeah, I like see it working, and I'm like, and then you do it though. Like you finish the level. If the level last night was get into the SZA Drake or SZA Kendrick concert. You got like in there. You got like up to like level 10.
Bro,
yeah.
How were your seats? Like I finessed it. Okay,
wait, no, you have to like
So I went over to like walk by where like the VIP cars drive past, and I was like, I look like a prostitute, just standing on the road waiting, and hoping someone that will pick me up. Like, this is insane. And also, like, something I'm just trying to work on within myself is just like relying on myself and not relying on like a man to do something for me. Which, like, I don't know. That's a whole other thing we can unpack. But I started walking away, and I had just been walking around the entire venue and just like talking to people, like trying to figure it out. An hour had gone past, and I started walking out of like the VIP area, and was just walking back to my car because I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? And as I'm walking past some of the vendors, one of the vendors is like, "You're going the wrong way, chica." I was like, "I know, but I don't have a ticket." And he was like, "Oh, you know what you need to do? Just wait until the concert starts, and then all the tickets on SeatGeek and on Ticketmaster will drop like crazy." And so that's what I did.
Oh, damn.
That's
Wait,
literally
girl,
just what
that's
I
what I
did.
told you. T.
Is that what you told me?
Yes, that's what I said in the chat. I was
Slay.
like, if you go the day of. Yeah. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, day of, like, that was the plan. But I was like, he was telling me how he saw Beyonce for $40. Like, he waited until the concert had already started and then bought his tickets.
Yeah.
So I went back to my car. Mind you, I had already finessed my parking situation because the parking at SoFi is $100. $100.
So terrible.
And I was like, I'm not doing that. I drove around, found like a place that was charging for parking, and they were going to charge me $55. And he was like, "Oh, the guy's not here right now to charge you." And I was like, "Oh, I need to go buy a ticket. I'm going to come back to my car. Can I pay you then?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." And
You just never came back.
I came back to my car, and there was a ticket sitting on my car, like a parking, the ticket that they give you when you've parked in a space. And there was one just sitting on my car.
Oh, period.
And I was like, this is literally the Lord.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is God making this happen
This
for
is
me.
literally the Lord.
Like actually. So I stuck that in there. I went back to my car. I didn't know that you couldn't bring in bags too. Like, that's a new policy at SoFi. You have to have a clear bag or no bag. So like, it just all worked out so beautifully. I went back to my car, smoked a joint, dumped my bag out, waited until like the last possible moment I could buy my ticket, and I got level one VIP area for $300, which the people around me had paid like 1,000 and up for those tickets.
Damn.
And I was like, 300, like, I will spend that for these two people that I loved so much. And it was just a beautiful night. Like, I was alone the whole day, and it was just kind of amazing to just spend some quality time with myself. And the concert, insane. Y'all.
Oh my God, a concert alone? I've never been to one alone. Like, how was it?
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
When I first got into my section, I was just surrounded by white families, like white people.
families?
Like there was a family behind me,
Oh, shoot.
and it was just like white people.
Oh.
And I was like, that's right, because all y'all are rich, and y'all are the ones with the nice seats, and like the people that actually care about this music aren't gonna. But
Damn.
right.
Damn.
But
we
then
just talking about that too.
literally. And then luckily, like, this group of people came and like sat down next to me, and it was like the 6 of us. And it was like this group of 3 came, and then this group of 2 came, and then I was there, and they came in after me, and then we were all just vibing. Like, it was like the Lord blessed me with a group of people to enjoy the concert with.
Get into it.
You
That's
know,
good.
at first I was scared. I was like, these white people are gonna hate me, and then they did end up hating me because me and one of the other girls were like grinding up on each other during the whole show, and I was
Which
like, yes,
is what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do
like-
at the concert.
I-
Like,
like-
if there's anywhere to do it, it's
There's nothing worse than being surrounded by like shitty people at a concert.
yes.
Like,
yeah.
or people that sing so loud and aren't good, and like you
See, that
can't-
was me though.
But like
I understand
you
the
can sing,
frustration,
though.
but I wasn't singing well.
But like, here's the thing: like, it's when people are completely off. Like, I don't know.
when they're trying,
Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
I was just screaming.
Yeah, right, because you're excited. Yeah.
I was excited.
Slay.
Kendrick's production value, like his creative vision is so insane. It's so simple, and it just tells a story. He tells the story immaculately on that stage. It was insane to watch, bro. It was insane to watch. Like, I saw not Like Us live. Like, that's just an insane thing, and I can't wait to tell my children, like, like, I lived in LA when Not Like Us came out. I saw Kendrick live. I got to experience the club when that shit first
Blur.
dropped. Like, y'all don't know what I
Literally
lived
last
through.
year.
Right?
Oh.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Damn.
We heard it at a apartment
200. That's literally
yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
My
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. That was when like Nasty by Tinashe was like,
Which one's that one?
I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty,
Right.
nasty. Like
Somebody.
Oh my god! Well, I'm so glad you got to go to the concert. That's so
Thank
good.
you.
And now you know, literally the day of. The only thing is with that is you have to be okay with like possibly not going.
Yeah.
It will put you through the highs and the lows of possibly seeing that person.
Bro, I was in those highs
like,
and those lows.
And then it's like sometimes it's like, is it worth it to like go through that emotional roller coaster? But then when the payoff is good, like period. Yes.
Like it was an insane.
I think that's
feeling.
what gambling feels like.
Yeah,
I think
right?
I think that's why people get
literally,
addicted to that. Yeah.
Literally, yeah. Because it's like you're just going there like hoping you win $1 million.
I think gambling is one of the silliest addictions. Can I say that?
It is. I would agree.
It is, but it's crazy that they're just addicted to that.
It's just like
serotonin
stop,
or dopamine.
Bro. Yeah.
Me as
Is
I
it
hit the vape.
dopamine rush or serotonin rush? It's one of them.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
think
dopamine?
I think.
But it's like, what do you mean gambling is what you're addicted to? I guess I don't understand it.
I just think it's silly. Like, stop doing that.
Like they'll sell like their whole house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, you have kids and a wife.
I think addiction is just like, I mean, addiction is just crazy.
Yeah.
You act in ways that you would have never acted. I say as I'm holding the vape.
But I think it's the fact that it's not something that you're like putting in your body. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not a literal like chemical in your body that's like creating the addiction.
Yeah.
It's
But
like
it
an
is.
action.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
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 Like you're
Yeah.
not like when you like smoke a cigarette, like you're smoking the cigarette and the nicotine is giving you that buzz, which is making you like that's what gives you that dopamine. With gambling, it's like you lose your money or you win your money and it's so you get so happy that you have to keep going. I think that's
rush.
like it's like, oh my gosh, I have to keep going. But it's like, wait, like you won, so like stop. Like right? But also no, and like we're not trying to shame anybody.
I
just
know.
I just want to understand it, honestly.
I mean, it's like the same as like, I feel like it's almost the same as a drug because it's like anything that increases your dopamine, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right, yeah.
is you can become addicted to.
I thought this was it just dawned on me how sinister it must be, or not must be, it is how sinister it is that you used to have to like go to a place to gamble. Now it's all on your phone.
Yeah.
If you're addicted to gambling and you can just like get it with like Candy Crush or like
God,
Solitaire or whatever the
yeah.
hell is on your phone, like that makes the problem like a billion times
Yeah.
worse.
It's that damn
That makes me
phone.
think about like the Twitch streamers and like the Kick streamers that like promote gambling and just how fucked up that is. Like,
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
yeah, that was like a whole scandal. Like maybe a year or two ago, like a bunch of Twitch streamers were kind of being canceled, but not really. But people were just saying like, because also they were portraying gambling to their young audiences as like ways you can like make money fast, right?
Oh,
But they're being
like a side hustle.
yeah. Kind of. Well, yeah, they were being paid by the gambling corporations to win. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like they're
Yes.
gambling with fake money. They're
That
not
is
gambling with real money.
So evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So evil.
Ugh.
And that kind of just makes me think about like the influencing world as a whole and just like, I don't know. That's something I've been struggling with figuring out like what I want to post online and just like not wanting to contribute to the overconsumption that is social media.
Right.
I completely agree. And I think for me, I think it's helpful to not think about it in the sense that like I don't want to be considered an influencer in the sense that I will be like, look at like my clothing haul every other week or something like that.
Right.
It's more just like I want to get my thoughts out there, my creativity out there. And if there are brands that align with that message, then I mean like
Yeah.
Hit me up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sponsor my next
Yeah.
creative project.
Get into it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm also very sad that I didn't get to experience the concert with you both as well. Like I would have loved
Yeah.
to have been there with you guys.
I agree. I mean, me too, but also like I'm so happy that you had that experience of doing it, you know? Like,
I echo that.
One thing I love to do alone is go to the movies alone.
I need to do that. I've heard that that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that that's like a great experience.
It's like really cozy.
I'm
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I went to an art show on Thursday.
Ooh.
It was really cool. So like one room was the art, and then the other room was a DJ and a dance floor. So it was super fun. It was one of those experiences where people were being a lot more friendly and like chatty than I feel like we're used to in the like going out kind of like scene. I feel like most people when you're like going out kind of like stick to their own groups and stuff, but people were like introducing themselves and chatting and stuff, which was really nice. But I want to get your thoughts on this because it was something that lingered with me, you know, as I was talking to people, and people, it's a fair question to be like, oh, so like what do you do? We're at an art show. Clearly like you're an artist or someone who appreciates art, you know? But I feel like it's so hard to be able to describe what it is that what it is I do, or like what do you guys ever have that like ish, you know, when like when a stranger is like, tell me what you do in a couple of sentences basically, you know? And I went with photographer because it's like it's what I do for my art, it's what I do as a job, but that doesn't like encapsulate all of me, which is like, I know that's not what they're asking necessarily. It's more just kind of like, what are some surface level things that we can talk about? But when they asked me, oh, so like what kind of photography, I was like, oh, I mean, I do like family event, I do newborn photography, things like that. So I was thinking more in the minds of like, well, this is what I get paid to do as a job. And their reaction was so like, oh yeah,
what?
Yeah.
Yikes.
And
wait, they said oh like that?
Yes.
Yikes.
Like the tone shifted, and I was like, you would just be so surprised with like, I don't know, it's just a reminder about like treating, you don't know what people have been through and like what their journey has been, and like to essentially like treat someone differently based off of like what they do for a living or something like that is so, I think, like anti like artist, you know? And so it was a weird experience for me, because I was like, coming to this point is like, I'm proud of those accomplishments. I also don't feel like I need to like prove stuff to people anymore. Right. Yeah. But I just think it's interesting, like in those spaces, how it's almost you're expected to like prove yourself or like show that you're worth talking to or things like that. You know what I mean? Which is a really interesting thing that I think I think when I feel like I'm in those environments, I almost like purposefully try to make myself seem less interesting. It's almost like I'm not going to play your game kind of thing, you know? So I was curious about like how you guys navigate those spaces.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. And like, I feel like when you feel that from someone, that's like almost a good thing to feel in that they're letting you know who they are. You know what I mean? Like not everyone is like that.
Yes.
At all, you know? And when someone does that, it's more of a reflection of themselves and their art than it is anything about you. And it's and you feeling that is like your gut and your ancestors dead ass being like letting you know, this is a person, not someone worth investing in, you know?
Yeah. It's literally just like, those aren't your people. And then it's like, okay, go do you then.
Yeah.
Like, the hell? Yeah.
But I relate to that feeling of like wanting to make yourself feel smaller. And I think the only thing to do, at least what has helped me, is like what is helping me, because that's something I'm currently working through too, like giving power to my voice, right, is running towards that fear and running towards that feeling. And don't demonize yourself for feeling those emotions. You know what I mean? Like these are all like part of our artistry, and overcoming. I feel like with art, like overcoming the feeling of like needing to protect your art in a way, or like protect yourself too is a journey that every artist has, you know?
And I think that's where it kind of caught me off guard, because I'm like, I'm feeling, I want to feel safe in this environment where I assume that like everyone is an artist on the same page as me, which is that like, I'm not, I guess we all understand what a deeply personal journey it is to create art. And so when you're in a space where full of other artists, I guess I would assume that they would be more like open-minded and interested in like learning about other people and their skills and things like that. And so it was just like super off-putting to have someone be very like judgmental. But you're right, it is a reflection of like who they are, what they might be going through. I think for myself, it's been a journey to not care about what other people, you know, like how other people view my art, because it's like I don't need to be super like avant-garde. I don't have to like reinvent anything, you know what I mean? Like I'm just kind of like I'm proud of the work that I do and the technical ability that I have. And it's like, God, like it's so exhausting to have to like, I feel like I'm past having to prove myself in that way, you know?
Also, I just wanted to like make a little comment about, you know, we did talk about art school last week, and coming from art school, artists are weird.
Artists are weird as
who
fuck.
gives a like actually like
I love that. I love
like,
that
artists
we're
are weird as hell. So, and it's like in a good way, period.
Yeah.
But then also it's like, okay, you didn't have to say that, period. Like it's it's who cares?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would like to think that like we all are coming together like that, but that's just sadly not the reality. But I also don't think it's either. I think we like just humans in general can be black and white in their thinking, and it's like either we're all together or everyone's against me, and it's just as that middle ground of listening to yourself and listening to the reactions of your body, and when you're engaging with other people, to know if someone's for you or not, you know?
Yeah.
And also the beautiful thing is that not everyone is for you, and that's protection. That is protection, that not everyone is meant to be in your life. And that's like, I say this, but also like this is a continuous battle for me, like every day, you know? And also I think like there is like, at least in my experience in LA a little bit, and within the theater world too, like everybody I feel like is trying to one up each other, like everybody's trying to prove something. And I think that's like, I understand what you're saying about like not wanting to fall into the trap of it all, and then also not falling into the trap of minimizing yourself, you know, of not trying to overcompensate for over others, and then not trying to minimize yourself. What is the balance of being able to stand in your truth, you know? And I'm still figuring out that balance. I don't know. I feel like it's a daily thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess like as a musician, I have like a bit of a different experience, just because I feel like music is a little more collaborative, and I just like don't like if you don't have a collaborative attitude, then like I don't really care what you think. Like low-key, like and I really liked what you said about not like everyone not liking you being protection. I just wanted to add on to that, like if everyone likes you, no one likes you. Then you're not saying anything if everyone likes you. And like art is saying, if your art's not saying anything, then like what are you doing it for? So yeah, just that's something to keep in mind, and that's what I try to keep in mind with my writing and music.
I would take that a step further and say like I don't even know if you like yourself, if honestly, if everyone likes you. Right. Like literally, because like everyone doesn't even like vanilla ice cream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not, I don't know. No, I said vanilla. I like vanilla. Do you guys like vanilla ice cream?
I'm an all ice cream kind of girl.
Ooh, every single kind?
Like pretty much.
Peppermint and chocolate?
Slay, one of my faves.
Really? I feel so safe. Yes. Wait, so many people like don't like
mint chocolate chip? The fuck?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what's the mint? Chip. Yeah, people say it tastes like toothpaste.
You see, I can understand that assessment. Sometimes I enjoy toothpaste. It's like the thing with oregano. Or is it oregano?
It's cilantro. Cilantro. That it tastes like soap.
I'm like, yeah, sure. I like that. I fear I like that. Fresh.
Do you like vanilla ice cream?
I was gonna go on the opposite end that like I tolerate vanilla ice cream. And I think I have to be in a very specific mood for ice cream. I like my desserts to be room temp or warm. Yeah.
Whoa. And see that adds to the point. Get into it. Right. She said I don't like ice cream.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
See, I don't understand how people don't like ice cream.
It's the texture. I'm learning about myself that like I am a texture above everything else kind of girl, and I think with ice cream, it just being cold in my mouth is like off-putting to where I'm like, I just
being cold in my mouth.
Being cold in my mouth is off-putting.
Yo, the other day, I'm so sorry, it kind of is such a change. The other day, like, my friend was talking. Thank you. It doesn't work. I know I need to get a fix. I can't talk. It's tea time, bitch. Okay. Bye. But no, my friend, I was like just like listening that he was having a conversation, and then he was like, people, like he was talking about an event he was gonna plan, and he was like, people can feel safe, but they're getting recorded. And that just like out of context, like made me laugh so hard.
Oh my gosh.
So sorry.
They're getting recorded.
Like, you're not wrong. Like, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, yes, people should feel safe and know they're getting recorded. It was just the sentence, and that made it cold in my mouth made me think of that.
I'm screaming. One more thing about the ice cream. Have you had gelato?
Yeah, but I have strict rules about gelato. I only want fruit flavors.
Okay.
I think gelato should be a fruit flavored thing. I don't want like a savory or a chocolatey any gelato.
What about coconut sticky rice gelato?
I'm screaming.
With rice pieces in
I've
there.
never had.
I.e. my favorite ice cream
so
ever.
Good.
Yeah,
the mango sticky rice. Get into it.
Where do we acquire this?
In Utah at a store called Dolcetti's.
Sip City. Oh,
is it Dolcetti's? I don't know.
One day.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yes.
We'll go. Pot on the road.
You're just gonna be in Utah, and we're gonna pull up, and you're gonna be like, "Oh,
yeah." I'm gonna be like, "Where have y'all been?"
No, like, yeah.
I'm gonna be like, "I was waiting."
Literally, let's go ski. Ooh. I think that would be so fun. Like, let's do that when we're rich.
Yes.
Have you skied or snowboarded before?
So I took a lesson in snowboarding when I was really little. I hated it, and I refused to go down the bunny hill. I walked down. And then I learned how to do cross-country skiing, and I enjoyed that. But it's because it's flat.
Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. For me, it was the opposite. Oh. Because cross-country skiing is hard.
It's hard. It's work on your body.
Woo!
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, yeah.
I was just too scared to go down the hill.
We would be like we like are close, but I'm like, as kids,
yes.
Oh my gosh, this is kind of off topic too. But my mom was telling me that I had a ballet performance when I was like 5, and we were all on stage, and I just stood there and didn't dance. And then after, when my mom was like, "Why didn't you dance?" And like my mom in the audience was like, "She's really just standing there, not doing anything." And I guess I said, "Well, they weren't doing it right." So,
Sav, that is so you. That's so cute.
That's literally when my mom said that, I was like, so "Wow, I've always been me."
Yes,
that's crazy.
Yes.
Like if that was my child, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, "Girl, if you don't go up there and dance,
I paid for this."
Right. I'm like, wait, my mom was actually tame. Let me give her like a what? What do you mean?
That's so little kid core too, though. To like, the moment you're supposed to do something, not do it. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I grew up skiing.
Yeah.
My uncle was my coach, and he like wanted me to go pro, and then he like broke his knee. So that killed that dream. But it's okay. I was not meant to be a pro skier in this lifetime.
It's like a fun little like recreational thing. Like I like to. Yeah. We'll slay. Yeah. We'll see the slopes in Utah one day.
We'll see all the things in Utah.
Ooh.
When we're on tour for On the Bar.
Ooh.
And traveling across the country, we'll stop in all of our homes.
Yeah. And can you imagine like this, but on a stage in front of people?
Insane.
Like what?
Insane.
Whoa. Manifesting.
Oh my gosh, that just makes me think about the concert and just like live performance. Like, I don't know. Like I was like there last night, and I was just thinking like, I was trying to like be mindful in the moment, and like I was so hyped. Like I was so energetically hyped, and the SoFi Stadium is also so huge, and like just being in the room with that many people while someone's like creating such beautiful art on stage, like my body was running off of so much adrenaline, and I was like, I want to remember this. So I was in there doing like 4 square breathing, like trying to bring myself down so that way I could remember it, so I could remember this moment.
Was there an opener?
Mustard was the opener, but I missed it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, I'll see Mustard again.
Yeah,
Mustard be around.
Yeah, literally.
But just live performance in general.
Live performance is so, even like with theater as well. Like,
yes.
I just think I compare like almost live theater and film, and then like listening to music on your phone versus going to a concert. Like, they're just such different experiences.
Yeah.
But they're so technical in different ways, and both are so valid. Like, it's just so
yeah, I would agree.
Like, the energy in the room, seeing art happen in real time is like so, you can't even explain it,
right? And I was like, I think it's less about like what you're seeing and the feeling that's being evoked. Like, I don't know, that's what I kind of was holding on to, because I was like, I'm not gonna remember what I'm saying. Like, it was kind of sad. I was like, I'm not going to remember these all. Like, I'm not going to remember it. But what I will remember is the feeling and the emotion and just the power that I felt in that room. And I don't know.
No, yeah.
I hope we get to bring that to an audience one day.
Ooh. And we will. Yeah.
And we will.
Yeah.
Period. We say it as wait, what's the saying? When you say it, it becomes, I don't know.
Period.
Yes. They're saying it now.
TM.
They as in you.
Me.
TM.
What's the R?
Yes, TM. R.
You know when it's an R in the circle?
Oh.
Redacted.
See, Sierra needs to be here. She'd
Right.
know.
Yeah, she would know that.
True. True.
Okay, should we get on to barista experiences?
Yeah.
Yes.
Into it.
For the longest time, I avoided dapping people up because I would get too nervous.
That's so real.
Right?
I understand that.
Why is it so tense? Like, there's a lot riding on the dap.
Because dap ups are geographical. Is that a word?
Yes.
Geographical.
Uh-huh.
Like, a Bay Area dap up is different from a Southern California dap up, which is different from a New York dap up, which is different from a Utah dap up.
Oh, get into
That's
it.
all. That's
Ooh,
all I have
period.
to say is like, where are you from? And
They
then I
are
can dap you
different
up.
because they used to do the snap at the end too.
Ooh, I love a snap.
Yeah, yeah. Bitches look at me silly when I do a snap.
I know, right?
I'm like, wait, I love a snap. Like, what? Like, you better snap. Oh,
Yo, at one point, sorry, I know we need to go to the topic. At one point, somebody had to like sit me down and be like, bro, don't look people in the eye when you're dapping them up.
What?
Like, apparently that's the thing. Like, you don't need to like be like.
what are you supposed to like?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Like, make it nonchalant.
Like-
Be nonchalant. Be
Like,
nonchalant.
be
ho.
like-
Yeah.
You're not being nonchalant.
I'm like,
I have so much chalance. I'm going to stare you down,
Down.
into your soul.
see, this is something I feel about nonchalance. I think when people try to be nonchalant, then you're not nonchalant.
Right.
I
We can
agree.
tell. We can
Like-
tell. Loser.
Like, everyone is chalant.
Yeah.
Everyone is chalant, but then it's like, if
It's
you're chalant and like actually nonchalant, then like you're nonchalant.
It's actually really
Talk about
cool
it.
to be chalant.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
care.
Make chalant cool again.
Right. Like,
God forbid a woman have passions
right.
and interests
Like,
and
oh my
want the
God.
best for herself.
God
I
forbid
have-
I have a personality.
Right.
Royal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so we want to talk about our barista stories today.
Yes.
What has been y'all's experience in the customer service world? How old were you when you started working the customer service? When was like the first crazy thing that happened to you?
So my very first job was at my community college's coffee cart. So first job was with coffee. We were exploited like no other. Well, I can't say like no other because there are children in the mines and like making iPhones and stuff. But like I definitely wouldn't have lasted longer. I definitely would have lasted very long in that if I had known my rights as like an employee. But like
What job again?
coffee cart barista at my community college. And I swear my two other coworkers were a 60-year-old chain smoking woman, and I said that weird, and a like 40 to 50-year-old Iranian refugee.
Oh.
So it was 3 of us running that shit.
Okay. Okay, word.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. And it just like, it taught me ambition. It taught me about not wanting to stay in that, forever. But yeah, that was my journey. And then I like hopped around for years just doing other stuff, never really staying anywhere longer than like a year. You know, I think this place that I'm at currently is the place that I've been at the longest as far as a job. I just have like 6 months here, 6 months there, just doing different stuff.
Felt that.
Yeah.
Felt that. My first job was, my first customer service job was working at Crumble.
Oh, that's so Utah.
Right?
Wait, get into
so
it.
Utah. And I worked at one of like the first ever.
That
Did you
sugar
have a
cookie?
visor?
I did have a
Did you make
visor.
that sugar cookie? The pink
Oh,
one?
you know I did.
Oh, get into it.
And I had my skill.
Oh, I know you did.
It was like, we'd have competitions too to see like who could get the best one. And
Wait, you know the recipe?
I don't remember that, actually. I'm sorry. But also, you don't want the recipe. Like,
Yeah,
you don't want
probably,
those
like-
cookies. I feel like they changed from since I worked there. Like,
When did you work there?
I worked there circa 2018. Those were some of the best years, though. It was like my senior year, like, working at Crumble. Like, a bunch of my friends worked at Crumble, and like we would just get boxes of cookies.
Oh my
and
gosh.
bring them to school the next day, and it'd just be like the thing. Like,
Oh my gosh, should you like bring them home too?
yeah, bring them home. Y'all, like, leaving Crumble, that was like the heaviest I ever weighed. I like I was the thick girl leaving that spot. Yo, because I was eating those cookies every day.
Right. Yeah.
Yo.
I would be
Yeah,
insane.
that'll do it.
Gosh.
Come on.
Yeah. And since then, yeah, I've also just been on and off working in the customer service industry. I kind of go back and forth between like production jobs and then customer service jobs, if that makes sense. Yeah.
T.
What about you?
I got my first job when I was 17, and I worked at a small coffee shop in my little town square. My boss was like very stressed and overworked, and she wasn't the best. Yeah. Yeah. And so it was her and I basically running that shop, and it was during COVID.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was I had not, it was a time, but it was honestly, like, I didn't know that bosses weren't supposed to scream at you. I didn't know like what that dynamic was supposed to look like. So I was definitely walked all over a lot. And I lived in a very like predominantly white, like affluent town. So I'd have customers come in, and we're saying like crazy things customers have said. Like, because the first one I got was when I was 17. And a customer just said to me, he was like, "Oh, and I bet you don't have a dad, right?" And I was like he was just like having a conversation, and he was like, "And I bet you don't have a dad." And I was like,
Hey, yo. See, that's insane.
yeah, I literally was like, "Oh, that's crazy." That's crazy.
That's one of those things where it's like you don't know how to react in the moment.
Yeah, I literally was just like, I don't even know what I did. I don't even know what I did. I just remember I called my dad after, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, guess what someone said at work." But like, so that was the first time I had someone say something like blatantly like racist.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's not blatantly racist. I guess that's like
It's
a
definitely
microaggression.
I feel like it's bigger than a micro, but
yeah,
not quite.
It's like, why are you implying I don't have a dad?
Yeah.
It's
What
just
about
like
me?
an aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, what is it with small business owners relying
Yes.
on
Teenagers.
17
Right.
to 20-year-olds to run their business?
Right. She did pay me a lot though. I was making like $23 an hour.
Whoa.
And like that was like without tips.
In like what year?
This was in 2020.
Wow.
But like everything at the
2020 was
store,
a good year for being paid. I
it
feel
was.
like.
It was
Like,
low-key.
I was getting paid well in 2020
Yeah.
too.
It was like all like organic, like locally sourced. Like, you know, I like to work at little places like that. I haven't had that many jobs, honestly. I think I've literally had that first job, and then the place we all met at, and where I am now.
Wow.
So every place I've worked, I've been at for at least 2 years.
I kind of wish I did that. Yes, I have a lot of experience now with like different things, and honestly knowing that like it's never that serious, but also I think I could have focused on other things if I wasn't spending so much time like acclimating to a new work environment like every 6 or 7 months, you know.
That's funny. I'm like, oh, I wish I like have worked at other places because I've only ever been a barista and a musician. So I'm like, oh, well,
I think I've had a total of 15 jobs since at the age of 14.
wow.
I started working when I was 14, and I've been bouncing around, bro.
Wow.
Bouncing, because that's my thing too. Is like if I don't like a spot, I will go.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm not sticking this out.
It's so not that. That's what I mean by like it's so not that serious.
Yeah.
Like second I have a small business owner leaning on me for more than what I feel like I should be paid an hour, then like I'm out.
Well, I was gonna leave our spot, but then I was like, let me get my friends hired.
Yeah, and that was great for like a summer.
Yeah.
It was lovely. Yeah, you left at the time that was supposed to be right for you.
I did.
Like
I did.
all of us are engaged. Like all of us are on our own paths with that store, or you know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's crazy how timing works. Like I really did leave at the right time.
Yeah.
I am a big believer now, having worked at the spot that we are at now, that you should never romantically entertain a regular.
Oh, agreed.
Right? Okay. And I feel like we should, I think we should get into why.
I think you should, respectfully. Like, I have stories, but you
yeah, Stirling,
stories.
tell us.
Like,
tell us.
Yeah. Okay. I started working at coffee shop TM at a time where I was just very much on the market.
ooh,
And
I like that.
I was also like, this is a very like small town community kind of place before you recognize that like they're all fucking weirdos, but like there was a cute like charm about it for a while, and like so because I feel like I've dated like 4, at least I've gone on first dates with at least 4 people that used to come into our coffee shop regularly and who I am responsible for them no longer coming in. But wait,
who's the 4th? Yes! I'm like counting. I'm saying the names in my head. Oh, I forgot about him.
Okay.
Him.
The very
fuck
first,
that man.
yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about that fuck ass
Is he
man.
mustache?
Yes. Oh,
Marine?
I literally.
Yo, I see him everywhere. I see him all the time.
What?
I see him all the time. I see him and his little buddy.
It's
They're
the way
both
we all
little
cut him
buddies,
off.
like dead ass.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We cut them both off. His friend didn't even do anything, and we cut the friend
But
off
it's like
too.
you're friends with him, so like.
So
My sister used to tell me you are your friends.
no, and you are.
And I used to like argue with her, but you literally are.
No, you are.
You
Like,
literally
yeah.
are. Even if you aren't, you are.
You are.
But can't a girl like I've learned that a girl can't, but I wanted to believe that a girl could like casually date and get to know people without it being that serious. But I learned that a lot of men take it that serious, like from the jump.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything. Like I want to
I don't think there's anything wrong with you having gone on 4 first dates.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong.
And also, I really feel like they were all the problem. Like not even like
I appreciate
like
that
on type
amongst my
shit where I'm
friends.
like,
Actually, there is one that I was like, you were the problem for dating
wait,
him.
actually,
in
I
the
know
first
that.
date.
I
And you know
actually know-
exactly what
I
I'm
know,
talking
but
about.
That's actually true.
Like,
That's true.
but like with love.
No,
No,
I
yeah,
remember
for
I
sure,
was in
for sure.
physical pain.
for sure.
I was like, girl, ain't but it's over.
Yeah. But like also that needed to happen. So
Right. It's
we
a part
could
of the
Yeah,
plot.
like it,
Yes.
it needed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know the one that I remember though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Which one?
No, we don't need to say shit. Yeah. He stepped out the store when he saw me there. Yeah. Literally. I said, he entered and I said, wait, what? And then he left.
Wait, who?
Because I
Oh,
I told his little ass not to come back.
I told your little ass. Get your ass. Literally. He came into the store and me and Sammy both simultaneously went, wait, what? And then he left.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and we didn't even like that was just like a real visceral reaction.
I can't imagine being a man and walking into a place and having two beautiful women react to you in such a like disgusted way. Like, what does that do to one's psyche?
He didn't even order his drink, and it's easy as hell to make.
What
and
does
he
he get?
knows. He gets a black cold brew, 16 ounce.
Oh, see, we should have known from the black cold brew order.
See? Ooh.
I don't trust people that drink black cold
It's
brew.
like pour
I
some milk
Yeah.
in there. Like,
Yeah.
please, like, why are you drinking
Get
like
an Americano.
ra-
I know they're the same, but they're not.
but just like pour a little like
Right,
splash.
right.
Like, I don't know. Get a
I also
little
love black cold brew. I just like don't trust you if you like every man that I know. I feel like
like
every
black, like
man,
no flavor.
They
See,
are
like
they
no
are
sweetener?
controlling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you'll
Black
drink
cold
it
brew.
with no sweetener.
Yeah, I like the taste of coffee.
by itself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
Okay.
okay. So if you're ordering a black cold brew, then you're either a controlling man
Ooh.
or a really cool girl.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I
Amen. Amen.
yes, I think it's yes that you like it, but would you ever order a cold brew?
No, I'm never going.
Yeah, I don't
to
think that
somewhere
like cool
and-
girls order cold brew.
or cool girls on diets order cold brews. That's
Okay.
also the tea.
That then
like,
that makes me think like
truthfully.
okay, you just want to like
Like
shit.
you're intermittent fasting and
Yeah,
the only thing
no,
you
that's
can
true,
drink in the
that's true,
morning
that's
is green tea or coffee.
okay tea.
Right.
Right.
I know that intimately. My order is
Right.
an Americano splash, iced Americano splash mac milk and a little bit of agave.
Mm.
I feel like that's a sustainable, like
Yes.
health sustainable drink that you can drink every day.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that little
Yeah.
splash, like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Give
We
me a
don't-
splash.
Okay, drink your latte, enjoy your life. But I have never been so aware of just how much milk is
Oh.
in a 16 ounce
Right?
for a latte.
Right? Because I think if you order a latte, people don't understand is that you're getting a shot of espresso
2 ounces.
and the rest of your base is milk.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's a bad thing. It just is like know the ratio. I didn't understand that before I
Mhm.
got into coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "What's a latte?"
Mm.
type shit. But
I
back
bet.
to men at coffee shops.
Mm.
Like I think the problem too is like men knowing where you're gonna be at a
Yes,
specific
right.
It doesn't.
place.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a coffee shop. Just like a public
Yeah.
serving
Yeah.
kind of position.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a very precarious, position to be in as a woman. Letting a man know where you work at, like when you're getting to know someone.
Yeah.
And that's come back to bite me multiple times in situations where like I legitimately thought that person could potentially be even just a friend, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really is something that's very like disheartening, honestly, because I want to be friends with men. I think like, you know, I don't want to discount half of the population for like an intimate relationship that isn't sexual, but it just my experiences have been that it always gets weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They always get weird about it.
It's weird because I feel like this just like shines a light on the fact that men aren't nice to people that they aren't attracted to.
Right.
And so when women don't move that way, they like, I don't know. I guess
Mhm.
even if we are pursuing them, it's just like still they're only nice to people that they think are attractive.
Yeah, a story that reminds me of is like one time this guy came in and he was like in his 60s easily, just older kind of guy, and he reminded me a lot of like Jeff Goldblum, kind of like kooky.
The OG
Oh, I
Brizzler.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he came in and he was like super chatty, and he started up a conversation with me, and we started talking. He just said that he had just come back from India and had like a very like spiritual experience there. He was into meditation and mindfulness, so like in my mind I'm like, oh, okay, like safe person, like he's an elder and he's someone who is like, you know, knowledgeable about this thing that I want to get to know about a little bit more, and he's so friendly. And so yeah, we were just like talking, and then the next time he comes in, he brings me a book, and this is where I should have known, but he wrote his name and his number in the book, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, but I was still hoping that it was platonic.
Wait, who
Damn.
is this?
He only came in a handful
was
of
like, I don't
times
think I know
because I
who
think
this
he
is.
got embarrassed after what I'm about to say.
Oh.
So then after he gave me the book, he was like, so like, when are we gonna go out to get some coffee?
Oh.
And I was like, oh, you're getting coffee right now, you
Ah.
know, like just being
Oh,
like,
that's a good
"Ha,
response."
yeah. And he was like, you know what I mean. And I was,
he doubled down on
yes.
it? Oh.
Mind you, 60-year-old man, braces. braces all up in his teeth.
Not even Invisalign?
Not
Oh,
Invisalign.
don't piss me off. Okay, so you're broke?
Yeah.
At 6? Okay. Sorry, let me stop.
I don't trust any older man that's interacting with me ever.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't. Unless they bring up their wife. Even then, actually,
then,
no.
it's like,
that doesn't even count.
Why are you, like...
I don't trust any older
But then
man.
it's also, like, something my mom tells me a lot is, like, you can't rationalize irrational behavior.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just never gonna make sense, and trying to make it make sense will make you lose your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, no, like, I thought, like, this was just, like, friendly. And I was like, because I was dating someone at the time, he was like, I told him, like, oh, I have a partner. And he was like, partner, like, what does that mean? Like, he got, like, really, like, genuinely, every other time I'd interacted with him, he was very, like, light and bubbly. And just, like, I just thought he was kind of, like, a cooler older guy. And then he, like, immediately, like, gets dark. That's the only way I could, like, describe it is, like, darkness. And he was like, partner, like, what does that mean? And I was like, well, like, I guess I have a boyfriend. And he was like, oh, so if I dressed up like a girl, would that make it any different?
What?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
What the hell?
And I was just so caught off guard
Yeah.
that he said something like that. I felt so uncomfortable. Like, I'm telling you that I'm in a committed relationship and you're telling me, like, oh, let's cheat and let me be, like, weirdly, like, sexual and, like, give me this innuendo about, like, dressing up like a woman. And mind you, like, I'm in a busy coffee shop right now. This wasn't, like, a dead time. Like, there were
Yeah.
other people around, but I just felt so, like, cornered.
Yeah.
And I felt,
Yeah.
like, it's that feeling of, like, I can stand up for myself and I know how to, like, use my voice, but in that moment all of that was gone.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of, like, stuttering and, like, kind of going over my words and stuff, just being like, yeah, I'm just, like,
Because
not
it's also like
interested.
you're in shock. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, it's the fact that he doubled down on it
yeah,
and he's still trying.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, like, after that, he, like, came in a handful more times, but each time he could tell that, like, I just did not want to talk to him, so eventually he stopped coming around. But yeah.
Oh gosh, that reminded me of
I'm
like,
sorry.
yeah, that's terrible.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I'm just glad it was, like,
I feel like I remember hearing about the book part. I
yeah.
don't remember this.
Also, men think, sorry, not men, but, like, it's just funny that, like,
Right.
being in such a service is, like, a public facing, like, service industry kind of job. It's like, I'm being nice to you because it's my job. One,
Mhm.
you might be catching me on a friendly day. This isn't the start of your young adult romance novel.
Like,
You know, like, you're creating a narrative in your head about who I am as a person because I'm, like, a hot barista.
right.
Like, I've gotten,
Because
I
you
wanna
give him
say-
like the time of day.
Yeah.
Because like
But I'm getting paid to do this.
Right.
I'm getting paid to talk to you.
right.
I've gotten, like, 3 different guys give me books.
That's insane.
All of them think they're doing something like, super unique. They all think that this is, like, the start of something beautiful. But, like, I know your game. I will take the book because I like to read and learn. But I'm not gonna fuck you. Like,
I'm like, there's a chip in the book. Like, fucking-
Like, wait. That's scary.
I think what the ish is that, like, a lot of people who don't pick up social cues, who are ostracized in communities that choose to be around each other and can like have the choice to be like, no, we don't fuck with you. They all congregate in places where, like, service industry people can't not interact with
Engage
them.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
this.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's partially the problem, is that, like, or like partially the reason why there's so many kind of like weird stories that we have, like,
Yeah.
dealing with. Yeah, like, I think otherwise people who would be kind of like socially
I hear that
rejected.
take.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I have more sympathy. It's just kind of like,
I think there is sympathy to be had. I think that's
Yeah.
what sets us apart from those individuals. You know what I
that's
mean?
yes.
Mm.
I'm a
So-
little like just tired because I'm like
Yeah.
still like very much in it.
I guess
Yes, yes.
It's also like I don't know if I have sympathy for those men though. Like honestly, I'm gonna be so real because
Yeah,
it's like
talk your
you're
shit.
like choosing to act this way and it's not okay.
Mhm.
We are all young girls and you are literally like double if not triple our age. Can you please like get it together? Like I'm so confused.
Really quick, back to like sympathy. I've been thinking a lot about this, just in terms of like where we're at in this gender war. Like we're in a gender war right now. You know what I mean? And I feel like my sympathy comes from these men growing up in a society that enabled them and taught them this. Like it's not. I don't think that they. Let me compose my thoughts. It's not their fault that they were taught this. It is their responsibility to unlearn and to not enact that pain onto others, of course. But I do think it's important for like both sides of the aisle, being literally men and women, to be like, okay, how do we meet in the middle, you know? And I think a part of that for me is starting with some sympathy, and then for the people that matter to me is in trying to teach them and trying to help them unlearn these things so we can come together and exit this gender war. And then if they aren't open to being taught, and if they aren't if they don't take the things that I say and implement them into their lives, then that's a different conversation, and where I won't engage with them anymore. But I don't know.
No, I think that's like super gracious. Like I think that's a great like mentality. But I guess for me, like it still feels like I'd be catering to a man, and it's still like the patriarchy that is upheld by them.
I think it's in how we like interact with them that is the catering. And I feel you too, because like for me, like throughout my daily life, right? Like I don't know, I feel every day I go somewhere, I get creeped out by someone, truthfully.
Yep.
Like I went to the grocery store before this, and like a man was there and trying to talk to me. And for me, it's just like learning. It's been a really new thing. Also just like learning how to shut it down and move on, you know, because it's also like not our responsibility to hold on to it either. But I also do hold on to it. I'm trying to figure out in my life how I can go about living my life where I'm not holding on to the negative energy that people give me because they're attracted to me. That's not my responsibility to hold on to, you know?
And it's so that even that statement is just so heartbreaking that we live in such a sick society that attraction is violent.
Yes.
A lot of the time for women.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it's how do you something that's like, how do I put this? I just want to be seen and known for my heart and my soul and what I have to offer. And I think it's one of the like most devastating lessons that a lot of women have to learn early.
Yeah.
That attraction and lust are attraction and lust versus genuine love and care are two very different things. But like getting back to your point about the sympathy of it all, like I unfortunately, well, like I do agree I agree in theory. I feel like I've gotten to this place where like I've had too many like heartbreaks, like not even romantically, but like friendship wise, where like I have tried to be that graceful force in like a man's life, and only to be turned around every time and
can fix him.
Like time and time again being shown that like it's not worth it.
I think for me, it's like I'm not saying that your actions need to be gracious, if that makes sense. Like if a man is making you feel uncomfortable, he deserves no grace in that moment at all. I'm saying more in terms of the men in general. Like they've been taught this. This is our society.
Like, do you mean our
them,
friends or just like a guy like?
I mean, every man in general has
Okay.
been taught how to act a certain way. And we're coming into a time where women aren't accepting this anymore.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I have sympathy for them in that what they were taught is wrong. Like, it's not their fault that our society was based on corruption and exploitation. It's what they have been taught, and it's what's been passed down to them. So what's interesting for me is how can we start to unwork this, you know? That's my point.
Yeah. But are you saying that that's like still not our responsibility?
I don't think it's I think it's up to the individual what they want their responsibility to be. I think for me personally, in my friendships, that the people that I care about, in order for you to be in my life, you need to come with some sort of awareness. And if you aren't accepting like the awareness that I have to give, then I won't continue to have you in my life, point blank, period. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, like I hear what you're saying. I think I just still see it. I think I see it differently.
No,
maybe,
this is what makes
I think
this conversation
even
interesting.
like this society taught that like they have all the tools right in front of them, so they have the tools to unlearn it. Like I don't think that that's something that I need to feel bad for them about.
Yeah.
When
that's so
have
valid.
always gotten the shit end of the stick, especially as Black women.
Yeah,
like
that's
especially
so
as
valid.
women as color. So I guess just like the like narrative of like helping men or is like really like no.
I hear that.
It's like very like help us. Like
I hear that.
The destruction that has been taught to you, like yes, it's wrong, but they have the tools accessible to be able to unlearn that themselves.
Yeah.
And then they can meet us where we are.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that too.
Yeah, that's like, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought you were talking about
no.
and dude. I was like I don't get it.
Like inherently for men, I just like, I feel bad for all parties because we're just in this constant loop of like people just hurting each other, you know? So like, I feel bad for them in a way that's like, oh, like we have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like we have to deal with their problems, you know?
I think for myself, I have a lot more requirements for entry now.
Yes.
As like a man coming into my life, not even, but like at a friendship level. Like there are a lot of I don't literally have like a checklist, but it's like, how does this person make me feel? Are they consistent? Do they say what they, or do they do what they're going to say that they do? Do I feel safe in their presence? Do they feel like, my big thing is like, I think a lot of times men need to categorize my role in their life. That like either I am, you know, lover, caretaker, you know, these sorts of things, and if I don't fulfill those things in their life, then like get out of my life. You know, like you're not, it's hard to kind of like suss out an individual that is worth the amount of like empathy that I have to give to someone, you know what I mean? So I think like my barriers for entry are a lot more strict than they used to be because of these negative experiences, but I don't disagree that men were given a poor hand in the same way that like women were, just probably from like different perspectives, you know what I mean? And I can't imagine being a little boy and having all of these messages being like given to me and processing them, that like my sensitive side, my artistic side, my emotional side, all of these things are sides of me that I have to reject and pretend that they're not there. And you know, the fallout from all of that, like absolutely. But yeah, like I can't imagine like being in those shoes. But I also know, like, I don't know, like, and maybe this is like selfish of me to think about, but like, how often do men have these conversations about women? You know, being like, oh, can you imagine what it's like to be a young girl, like raised in the society, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just difficult. It's such a, I think my highest self knows that the only way that you get through something like this is like through compassion and love. Like, you know, hate begets hate, I think is like the phrase. But
come on, Bible.
Is that from the Bible?
I feel like it is.
Oh, T.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys said that at the same time.
I said biblical words.
Get into it. Get into it.
Call her SZA.
Oh,
SZA uses a lot of biblical references. That was the joke there.
Oh, okay. I feel like Doechii does too.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh,
that one that you sent me about like manifesting.
Oh, that was about The Artist's Way.
Oh, okay.
The book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to clarify too, like, I'm not telling people at all to like not have boundaries or to help men. Like, I think my current experience is like, I just feel bad for us all.
Yes.
Like, I've also just been really learning the history of like the slave trade and how inherent the slave trade was to the creation of America, and why violence was used in the ways that it was. And it just is like really embedded in me that from the start of this country, like what we're experiencing is from the start of this country and its creation. And its creation was so corrupt. There is no way in which we would be experiencing anything different right now.
I think there's like another line too when we're having this discussion, since you brought up the slave trade, like talking about white men versus men of color. Like I think there's a very like big distinction. I mean, honestly, maybe not that big, but I just think there is a distinction there.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
How would you classify that distinction?
Like, you know, like black men or men of color, they simultaneously are oppressed and privileged, whereas white men don't have that push and pull. They are just privileged. Right. So when I say like they have the tool, like someone, I mean, I don't want you to have to like bleep out so many names, but that like when you said that, someone I thought of was like, I don't have any sympathy for him. Yeah. He has all the tools right in front of him and is still blatantly racist, sexist, homophobic, like all those things. So for him, I don't have sympathy.
See, my sympathy comes from like feeling bad for them that they'll never experience like the world that in which I do of love and compassion and like being able to see so many other people around me. Like, I feel bad for him in that he grew up in this society that told him what to think and how to think as a white man, and like he will never see past that. Right. He'll never ever
I 100% I hear that.
And that's like where my
there's like sadness there. It's like
yes.
I do feel bad for you know. No, that's
it's like and then in turn I feel bad for us because we're the ones that have to deal with it.
Right. Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. Yeah. But then it's like if it's a black man, I think you know, it's just a little, I think it can be different.
Yeah, definitely can.
Like just in terms of like yes, still sympathy there, but I just think
yeah. I hear what you're saying. Yo, one of my craziest stories, unless anyone had
no
else.
Go. Nope. Yeah.
Do y'all remember the little stalker moment?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What is this store?
I think it's just being a woman. Like, this isn't like the only time I've experienced like having a stalker
like the amount of shit that's happened.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Tell the story, girl.
Just I like this guy and his father and this guy's 2 kids came in one time. They ordered a drink. I made a little joke. We were joking about being lactose intolerant. Made some jokes about that, right? That was I like checked their family out. Full extent of my conversation with this man one time. Later, a couple months later, he comes in, asks for the black girl with the big hair, and someone's like, "Oh, Cammie," which like we need to. I think like that. This is like something. Just we need to get better at protecting ourselves, and it's because women in general are not entering spaces, especially young women aren't entering spaces with the mindset of protecting ourselves and each other. But
I wonder, do you know who it was?
I do.
Wait,
I'll tell you after.
Okay, I think slay. Because I just think that's another layer.
It is. But she was like, "Oh, Cammie." Yeah, they're palm colored. Yeah, they're palm colored.
The white girls.
Ooh. Hey. Okay. But he came in and asked for me, and they were like, "Oh, she's not here." And then I came in, and they told me about that happening, and I was like, who the heck could that be that's asking for me? And then another couple months go by, and I'm working an opening shift, and the guy comes in, and I'm like, he's the one that was asking for me. I know it's him. Like, you know, that gut feeling. Like, I knew. Like, I hadn't even been thinking about it, and I saw him, and I was like, oh, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes in. He's, like, trying to chat a little bit. I'm not really giving him anything. I give him his drink, give him his order. He leaves, and then he calls the store. And I answer the phone, and he asked if he could take me out at some point and asked for my number, and I said I wasn't interested and hung up. And then he called the store again later that day. I didn't answer because, like, what the heck are we doing? But it's like not even that crazy. There's nothing like crazy that happened. It was just like an older man who's asking about me and calling the store to ask me out. Like, he was in person too. He could have asked me out in person.
Right.
Yeah.
But he felt the need to call the store and ask. Like, what a weirdo.
For real.
Like, you opened Apple Maps, clicked on the phone number of Bodhi to call and ask a girl out. And you have 2 children. And you're
insane.
an older white man. Like, what's happening?
I have another weirdo story. The fucking I forget his name. The like shorter Mexican dude that's like jacked.
Oh.
Yeah.
He hit on me at the gym one time.
Oh.
He hits on
I'm
every
scared of him.
woman with a pulse.
I'm scared
Like,
of him, actually.
It's actually kind of insane.
Yeah, it's like really like
Yeah.
like it's actually
yeah. So
and he'll always
It's
make
crazy.
jokes too,
Mhm.
like about the hot water too, like the hot water, like
it's insane. Like when I was younger, I would hear older women being like, you know, just being so easy to like dismiss certain men, you know, and like thinking, oh, like give them a chance,
No.
you know. But getting older, I'm like, I see it. Oh my God, I see it. Like these, and I want to like go and I want to like protect all the younger ones and like tell them. And it's just, anyway, so I'll set the scene. This like shorter Mexican dude comes in kind of frequently, and he will kind of just like bounce around to like any available looking woman. And I took his order maybe like once or twice. And then there was one shift where I was like on break and I was sitting outside enjoying the day, and he comes up to me and he's like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And I'm like, oh, hi, like nice to see you too. And he was like, yeah, like I thought you quit or something, like what's up? Like I was actually like really sad. First off, that level of emotional like connectedness wasn't appropriate for the level in which we've interacted before. But he was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be like, I was so sad, I hadn't seen you in so long,
Like, shut the frick up.
and then I was like, yeah, I was just like, you know, working, doing other stuff. And he's like, okay, that's cool. Well, like when I saw you take my order, you reached for like a cup, and as you were like making the cup, or as you were making the drink, and you like handed it out, and then I picked up the cup, it was like we were holding hands.
Whoa. Insane.
Insane.
I want to deck him in the face. Oh my God, and he's so little, guys. Oh,
So little.
oh,
And I was
and not
like,
in a good way, y'all.
I
Okay.
was like, okay, let me fuck with him for a little bit. I was like, oh wow. He was like, yeah, like you seem so like reserved and like kind of closed off. Like
I hate it when they say that because it's like, oh,
it's because I'm being
wonder
that way
why.
to you. Read the room.
Maybe because like you're harassing me right now. Like what?
Like,
it's like they know.
Yeah.
What?
Like you're so close. You're so close to getting it.
Hey, you seem like you're like not into this.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not.
Maybe I'm not.
Maybe I don't want to fucking talk to you. And so I was like, wow, like you seem really in tune. Can you like read energies? And he was like, what? No, like I can't, like I know he was holding back, like that's gay, you know?
Yeah.
But like
I love that you said that. This is my favorite part of the story. Like, that's iconic.
And I was like, oh, well, like, you just seem to be reading a lot into this, you know, like basically
job,
being
Stirling.
like, I don't fucking know you, and you're like kind of giving me a lot right now. And so ever since then, he like again tries to it went over his head, basically, is the end of the story. Is that like I just had to go back in and pretend. Yeah, I don't know.
Does he still come in?
Every once in a while. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's just like so many creepy stories to
Literally.
pull from. Like there's so many interactions at that coffee shop. Like you can't go a shift without being objectified. That's my problem. That's literally my biggest problem, is like just like how do I feel? I it's just so uncomfortable to constantly feel objectified.
Yeah. So many creepy
Oh my gosh,
stories.
wait, I have another creepy story.
Oh my gosh.
I was working I lived on an island off the coast of Washington for a summer and worked there as a seasonal worker at a resort, and I was like serving a table, and the gentleman at the table, I put down their food and they were like, wow, look at you, she's a beautiful one. And they were like talking to each other about my looks, like they weren't talking to me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And they were like, wait. And then they were like, Dave would love her, wouldn't he? Right? Dave would love her. And then they were like, do you want to come back to it? Because I lived on an island, so the only way on was by boat, right? Or fly. But they were like, do you want to come down to the boat later? And I was like, no.
Yeah, the fuck? You're about to get trafficked.
What?
Like, you
Actually,
talking about
though.
you like you're
Literally, though.
on the market.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Literally. They were like, just come down to the boat. I was like, no, anything else you guys need? And they were like, yeah, we need you to come down with us later. And they were just like, Dave's going to love this one. Yeah. Which is also, it was really scary because Washington is has the highest sex trafficking
Yeah,
rates.
I was just about to say that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then I was leaving my shift that night, and I saw them waiting on the dock, and they were like waving me down, and I turned and started walking away, and they started walking towards me, and I was like turning around watching them follow me, and I was like, uh-oh, Lord. But my house was like right next to the place, because I worked in what's it called, I worked at a resort, and the employee housing was right next to the resort. And luckily 2 boys that also worked there came out, and they were like, oh, Cammie, hi, like we're gonna come catch up with you. And as soon as those men saw those 2 boys come out, they turned around, and I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a creepy one too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Now
I
we're just
literally feel like I've like
trauma
blocked out. Like I'm
Right?
like trying to think, because like I was gonna tell my story, and I literally don't even remember everything. That was like so.
That was a saga.
That was like way too. The fact, I just remember he came up and he started talking to me, and at first I was just, I'm at work, I'm getting paid to do this, like we've said, and then he was like, okay, I'll be right back, and he asked me what kind of flowers I liked, and I kind of was like, oh no. And then I was like, oh, I don't really like flowers. Like, I think I literally said that. I was like, I don't really have a favorite flower. Yeah, fuck flowers. What?
I'm honored to know what your favorite flower is.
My favorite flower is a calla lily, actually. I
cute.
love a calla lily.
We found out that we have the same favorite flower.
Yeah. And
I've
it's
never
such
met
a like
anyone
yeah,
else
like
that
no
loves
one
a
likes
calla lily.
calla lilies.
I think I gotta look up a calla lily really
It's
quick.
such a like statement flower. But yeah, I think I might have told him lilies, actually, which is crazy because I have a cat. But lilies are very toxic to cats, if people didn't know. But
beautiful.
he goes and he grabs a bouquet, comes back. When he leaves, cops come up to me, because there were cops sitting there just drinking coffee. And they come up to me and they were like, hey, is that guy harassing you? Like, we just want to make sure everything's okay. Like, they literally stayed there.
Yes.
And then I was like, what? So then part of me was like, well, was there something I wasn't picking up on? Because I didn't realize that. He also came around the bar to hug me. And I was just very much like, like I gave him a hug, because I was just like reading. I didn't think it was weird. I was like, he seems like a cool guy. He has a lot of, when they have charisma, I think the charisma can like offset it. Like, you think they're cool and then they're not.
Right.
Like the
It's a
goofy
trap.
guy you were saying, it's the like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then he comes back with like a $200 bouquet of flowers, a note that says, a handwritten note, and it says, love, Norman. And like, it was just really weird. I think he put his phone number on
So
there.
weird.
Because he was he was writing his book at that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had given him my email. I don't know why I did that.
I did the same thing though.
Yeah,
I
I'm
did
like,
the same thing
I don't
with
know
him
how it happened.
until I realized I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he emailed me like super late at night that same night for no reason.
Yeah.
I just at that point I knew like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I truly don't think. Well, I don't know, because then I'm like, I was about to say, like, I don't think like young women should engage with conversations with older men ever, but then we wouldn't be here in this production.
Like a one shining example of a not creepy man is
oh my gosh, literally.
our producer,
literally
co-producer. He
not
has
all
given
men,
us
guys.
our studio space,
Our camera equipment.
yeah, like just
our lighting.
Yes, our everything really, and a lot of
chairs.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
So
yeah, there's also like great guys that come. We just need to like, slay.
I think the overall takeaway from this part of the conversation is to protect yourself and not feel obligated to engage with people if you feel any sort of uncomfortability. You can remove yourself, and women aren't taught how to do so. And it's as simple as you don't have to acknowledge. You can acknowledge if you want to, but it's as simple as leaving. And I know oftentimes we feel like we can't and we feel trapped, but you can. You can leave. You owe them no explanation as to why you're leaving as well.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a great way to end that segment. And on a lighter note, I feel like when as baristas, another element is like we can kind of clock the kind of person or the character that our customers have by the type of drinks that they drink.
Yes.
So what are some signature drinks and the type of people they represent? I feel like for me, a blended, aka like a frappuccino.
Okay.
Either you're a really old person or a child, and those are the only two acceptable customers for that type of order.
Or you're new to coffee.
Okay, period.
Otherwise,
I think a blended is like valid if you don't get it all the time.
Okay.
Like if you sprinkle it in there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like on a hot day.
but some of the most treacherous regulars get blendeds consistently.
Yeah. Why are you ordering a blended
Every day,
consistently,
32
respectfully?
ounce?
Babe, that's not good for your arteries. That's not good for your health.
It's not good for it, and clearly it's not good for your emotional or mental health either, because the regulars
The sugar spike.
who always get that drink are some of the worst people that I've had to interact with.
Yeah.
Just like villains.
Yeah.
Why are you being so specific about this like blended? Like there's clearly you're exerting control over the wrong thing in your life.
Ooh, wait, clock it right now.
There's a woman who comes in and gets like a she's so specific that we have had to like write the recipe down so that everyone does it exactly the same every single time, because she gets so volatile if it's off.
You'll do the recipe right, and she'll still be volatile. She'll like say that it's wrong when it's not.
So like those are the types, that's like the wide range of people who order blendeds, right? So we got old person, we got child, we got emotionally unstable.
Emotionally unstable.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree.
Or new to coffee, I'm gonna say.
Okay. Yeah,
new to coffee.
True. No, that's true.
Like, you don't know what to get, like, get a little milkshake with some coffee.
Right, and then you put your little flavor in there. No, you're right. Because you're right. Yeah. And get some whip on there. I think no whip. How do we feel about whip versus no whip? I think if you're getting a blended,
may as well
put some
go
whip
all the way
on there.
Like
what do you mean? Because it's the
you're
bitches
lying
that
to
don't
yourself.
put whip that have it every day.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
like, the whole point of it, I think, like, what we're aiming at is that it's a dessert beverage.
Right.
It is a dessert drink. So put the whipped cream on it.
Yeah.
Cream, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
what are some other drinks that you guys have strong opinions about?
Okay, what about people that get just an espresso shot?
Ooh. I think you have taste.
I agree, and I just feel bad because our espresso isn't dialed in like that.
It's not. It's like literally, like
Wait,
not figuratively,
Does dude
literally
with the
not
ponytail still
dialed
come
in.
and get his espresso shot?
I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, that was my guy.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of like a good guy experience, that was my dude, and he never made me uncomfortable. And we would like smirk type shit.
Yeah.
Like it was like it's like no, because there was like energy there, but not in like a creepy way.
Just
He
a
was
human
very
being
he was
human.
respectful, and we would have real conversations. Like, damn, I never even got his name. Like, no, I did get his name. I just don't remember it.
And
but-
that's another
So
positive
real.
thing about being a barista is that like on the good days where you actually get to have some like really interesting conversations with strangers who have like been in different places of the world, have different opinions and viewpoints, and like you just have like a delightful interaction with someone. That's best day as a barista is doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what makes the career enjoyable.
right. Yeah.
Okay, what about
Wait, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of espresso shot?
Oh, I respect it.
yeah,
Yeah,
taste.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you respect coffee, like you're, and when they get the little spoon too, like the crema, like I don't know, yeah.
Okay, what about the what's the word? Just straight coffee. The
Cold brew,
no, not
drip.
What about drip?
I think that you're like a parent and you're going into work.
Okay.
I feel like you have a 9 to 5.
I see blue collar. Like you're
Okay, T.
you're getting a drip. You're a blue collar man.
T.
You're a blue collar man. You just want that coffee. Let's
Yeah,
get it in
right.
most efficiently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quickest.
And honestly, I respect it.
Right.
It's like the OG, like a cup of Joe. Like,
You might be a little racist though. If you're getting a drip.
I agree.
You
I
might-
also
especially if
agree.
it's black. I'm telling you, the black coffee, guys. There's something about it. Put some
Yeah.
cream in there or flavor.
I question like are you seeing this as a moment to flex your masculinity right now
Oh, with the drip?
with the drip, like the black drip coffee?
Ooh.
Because we had this
That's
one
so
regular
real.
who'd come in and he would like get his like lattes and stuff for his coworkers, but then make a point of being like, but I'm getting a black coffee, like
Yeah.
I'm a man, you know.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
I would rather make your fruity drink than have to listen to you talk about how you've like folded your masculinity into this hot beverage.
I don't like how like breath smells like after drip.
We kind of glossed over that. Folded your masculinity into
No, like,
this hot beverage. It's
ate.
just such a beautiful, like, visual thing. I can like conceptualize that. Okay.
I am
I'm
screaming.
sorry.
No, don't apologize. I was just saying I feel like drip coffee breath is also bad. So I don't like that. And I think that like adds to the point.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys had a teacher that was like talking to you
Yes.
and like their breath just smells like coffee?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, girl, here's some gum.
I also really dislike it when people hit the K in milk really hard. Like,
Oh.
You're not wrong.
it's gross.
Or when people say, can I get a couple squirts of vanilla in there? And I'm like, squirt.
Dude,
I was about to say something very
You're
inappropriate.
gonna say squirt in my mouth. Like I knew what you were gonna say, bro. I
Like
know what
every
you were gonna
time
say.
someone would be
putting
like,
my-
can I get 2 squirts? I'm like,
You
that's
really just say
that's
that?
the word you chose, really?
Out of all the words,
That's the word.
dude, I
Come on, pumps. Just say
One
pumps.
time-
Like, but pump also could be.
But pump is no
Pump.
true.
Sorry.
True. But pump is a little less suggestive,
Pump is way
right?
less aggressive. Pump is, yeah. I'm
But
just
it's
being a
because
hater.
we had squirt.
It's
in our
'cause we
mind.
said-
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're like, ooh, pump. Wow.
one time a customer asked me to put a double shot, like he had added an extra shot to his latte. And notice how I'm enunciating right now because I wasn't enunciating when I was describing it to him. I was like, "Oh, so you want an ad chart?"
Do you remember when I asked you for a caramel jizzle?
Ash.
I was like, Sterling, can I have the caramel drizz?
Yeah.
Literally. And then
I don't. Yeah, I. Those are some
said,
of our
"Ooh."
finest moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
An extra ad chart and a caramel jizzle.
Wait, that's
Jizzle.
so
But like I do want a caramel jizzle, bro. Like I do. Let me tighten up. My parents are gonna watch this. But like it's dry out there, bro.
screaming,
Where's
yeah.
my caramel man?
I know. If only you could like
My caramel twist,
go to a store and
Ooh.
Twist as in he's bi.
Ooh, get into it. Bow, bow. Yes.
Okay, wait.
Nah.
What about pour overs? My thing with pour overs is you're rich and you exploit people. if you're
Ooh.
getting a pour
This is
over.
targeted.
And it is, bitch.
I think-
y'all know exactly who I'm
Okay.
talking about. I love that man
Yes.
too, but like you know he's.
I know
Forrest Gump.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, okay, I agree. But then I think on that same coin, it can be people that really appreciate coffee too,
Yeah.
because it's like a drip, but you can taste the notes of the coffee, and that's what those dudes that are trying to prove their masculinity, like they don't even want to have the pour over because it's too gay. You know what
Okay,
I'm
I hear
saying?
you.
Like I feel like that's if you actually want the notes of the coffee.
I
too.
respect a pour over, but don't waste my time by making me do a pour over for you to just pour cream and sugar in it.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Get out of my
talk
face.
about it.
Get out of my coffee shop.
Right.
But then also it's like, you know, drink your drink type shit. It's like, dude,
I feel
no tea. Just like I know some places will like police what you can do with your drink. Like
I
remember,
agree
you know
with
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yes.
Just because I know we've had this
Yes.
conversation, so I'm like, I hear that it's like, why are you doing all that when I just spent 10 minutes making your drink?
Yeah.
But
No, it's
know.
this is all an internal conversation.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't
it's nuanced.
let
Right.
I don't let the customer know that. But in
Right.
my mind, I'm like,
You don't
Please.
understand this.
Right.
yeah.
I hate it
How?
when baristas are like, you're doing that.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm telling you though, any man that's getting like he might have a taste for coffee, but he's rich. If
Yes.
he's getting a pour over,
Mm-hmm.
he's rich.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You
that's what my
understand the finer
dude-
things.
That's what my man would get.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to make his pour over. I used to pour him over.
You wanted him to pour
I did.
over you.
One
I don't
time
know.
he asked me if I wanted a sip, and I was like,
Of what?
let me, never mind. We're posting this on the internet. Oh my God. Let me, ooh, okay. Pour over.
What's
Pour
another
me.
one?
Ooh.
Okay. Strawberry matcha. Go.
Okay.
Again, respect. I think you're a cutesy girl. I think you're on your way to the Silver Lake Flea. You've worked hard for your little treat, and I'm gonna make it with love and care.
I think that, or you're like a guy that's trying to be artsy and different and indie.
Because you stole it from your artsy indie girlfriend.
Right. And this is also targeted.
Yeah.
And you like listen to Claro. And you're like into film.
See, I feel like if you're getting a strawberry matcha, you are not a girl's girl.
Ooh.
You're not a girl's girl.
Wait, I love a strawberry matcha.
Is that your like go-to? What's your go-to?
Oh no,
matcha
that's
option?
not my go.
I'm saying
Oh.
if strawberry matcha is your go-to order,
Oh, okay.
you're not a girl's girl.
I
If lavender matcha is, you are.
Okay,
I
T.
rock with you down bad. And I love a strawberry matcha.
Yeah.
But
I forgot we're like talking about our establishment. You know what I'm saying? It's like different when you go
Yeah.
different places. Yeah. No, that's true.
I think
Yeah.
lavender tastes like the smell of cigarette ash to me.
Oh, tea.
wow.
I just
never heard
I
that.
think that it's like I think it's a really poor choice of flavor for espresso. But matcha, yes.
Okay, tea.
Yes.
I love a blueberry lavender.
Ooh.
If you put that fruitiness with the floralness, like
Okay.
talk about a bi man.
You
like
put, you put blueberry in any drink, I'm rocking with you.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a blueberry.
It's like you're not like the
What?
other hoes.
That's
Literally.
exquisite taste. I
Yeah.
agree.
Literally,
Yeah.
she's not like strawberry. She's different.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about a caramel latte?
I think you're
Boring? Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't really have much to say.
and I'm like,
period. But
but if
Yeah.
you get a vanilla latte, I'm like, okay. I respect that more than a
Exactly.
caramel.
exactly.
Because I also feel like caramel lattes don't taste like anything. Like, you
Right.
can never taste the caramel. It just tastes like something fake up with your latte.
Yeah, unless you get like the salted, but I don't like that.
I don't either.
I can understand how people do, because at least that one has a bit of a like ooh, like to it. But the
Right.
caramel, yeah, like, do you say caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel,
I say
caramel.
Caramel.
Ooh,
Caramel apples.
ooh.
You say caramel apples?
Yeah. No, I'll say caramel apple,
Okay.
but then I'll say like
Caramel.
iced caramel latte.
Okay.
It just depends on the context for me.
so real.
yeah,
I respect you.
Also,
Thanks.
if
I respect you.
Aw.
if you're gonna come to the register and ask me what my favorite drink is / make something for you, you give up all rights to an opinion. Because I'm not gonna sit here
so
and be
tired.
like,
Yeah.
you know, okay, so what flavor profile? Just
Right.
to find out you want a vanilla latte.
Right.
Exactly. It
With whole
always
milk.
is the vanilla
With
latte
whole
with whole milk. You ask me for my opinion, and I give you my specialty drink, my drink, the thing that I choose to drink. I'm sharing a piece of me with you, and you choose the vanilla latte with whole milk.
We're exchanging an intimate experience right now. I'm telling you what I drink. Okay?
Like,
Yes.
like, you know, that pisses
and then
me
it's
off.
like, oh, so you just wasted my time.
You wasted my
Exactly.
time.
Exactly.
Ugh.
I was invested in you. I stopped getting invested. When people asked me, I had to learn the hard way to not get invested. I had to learn the hard way.
It also sucks like when they don't give you any kind of direction, like if they're just like anything and not like, oh, I want a tea or I want a latte or
Right.
I want, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just like anything.
So many directions.
And then the whole
we
time
could
it's like,
go.
oh, I'm lactose intolerant and I'm allergic to. Girl, tell me that. Like, what?
Let a hoe know. And I could have made we could have catered to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any
I'm
other
trying to think of
drink?
another drink. What about a cappuccino?
I love making a cap. If
Yeah.
anything, I'm more observant about how baristas make their cappuccinos than I am like annoyed that I have to make a cappuccino. You know what I mean? I respect a cappuccino so much that I'm like, let me make this right.
Like the drink or like but what about the person?
I just enjoy making the cappuccino.
I'm screaming.
like-
What about, I'm so sorry because you're going to have to bleep out so many names.
Okay.
But what about,
Does Lori order?
or not Lori, the girl that like comes in the morning and has the allergy.
Oh, the
Like, you know
super
what I'm
dry-ass
saying? Like,
cappuccino.
yeah, like super dry cappuccino. Like
Yeah.
people that order, like that's their drink.
I
to
feel like
get.
people who consistently get cappuccinos have chronic anxiety, but like undiagnosed though.
Ooh.
I feel like if you're a woman ordering a cappuccino, you're the breadwinner in your relationship.
Oh.
Like, I feel like a woman ordering a cappuccino is a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a career in the arts, you can have a career in anywhere, but you're a business.
It's like your bills are paid.
Your bills are paid.
Yeah. Okay, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any strong feelings about cappuccinos. I was just curious. Yeah. What about a tea? Like a tropical tea. Like the people that would get like the Ashley's iced tea with like all 3 teas. Remember
You're
that
a
one?
child.
Yeah, you want juice.
Yeah.
You're a child.
Yeah.
I'll respect though,
Mm.
but you're a child. No, I'm kidding.
Like with all the teas mixed together and like flavors and stuff. Yeah.
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 It's like it's giving high C.
Yeah.
Which like is a vibe sometimes. But, you know.
I love a good tea. Like, I'll go to a coffee shop and order a tea. But I'm ordering tea and I don't want a sugary tea. I think if you start adding like really deep sugar into your tea, we're losing the plot.
I agree. I agree.
I hear you, but then my family's from the South. So it depends.
It
depends.
Okay, we're
depends.
talking about a tea. We're not talking about
Oh,
iced
wait,
tea.
you're right.
Iced tea?
No, you're right.
Whole different story.
No, you're so
Especially your family's
I'm
iced
screaming.
tea.
Yeah.
I am very passionate
I'm
about
screaming.
your family's iced tea on some real shit. Whoa, that like evoked like a
Yeah.
layer of love that
How-
I needed in this moment.
I love. Oh, I know my grandma has some right now too.
Oh,
And you know you can go there and get some
Oh my
anytime you need.
gosh.
You live closer than me.
yo, that's gonna make my mouth start
Like,
watering.
Ooh. Yeah, I was like, wait, their tea like doesn't
Different
taste
story.
like that.
Different story.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna do a tea, like I only really like to do like half sweet if I'm going somewhere and I'm getting a tea, because I just want like a little like.
Yeah, but I also, my perspective, I think just like drinks in like just American consumerism, right, is just not healthy and does not promote health and wellness,
Yeah.
and promotes dopamine hits. And I try to just stay out of sugar in my drinks because it doesn't do well in my body, and that not everybody deals with that problem, but that's the world in which I'm entering from when it comes to sugary drinks.
I
Yeah.
completely agree.
Yeah, that's why like those blendeds are so unfathomable every day.
Oh my gosh.
Back to the blendeds. Sorry.
Who's the one guy that comes in and gets 2 blendeds?
Yes, King, give us nothing. He's so hot. He is, but like he gives us nothing.
Nothing.
Not
And
a
we've
damn
all
thing,
tried.
not a
And
damn
literally-
the thing is that we've all tried.
And it's like, damn.
Right? You've tried.
Yep.
Like,
You've tried.
Wait, yes.
Me too,
Guys, my mom went into his place of work and didn't even know. I didn't even know that he worked there, but my mom was like, the cashier was really handsome. Like, my mom just said that.
The
So,
most I've ever gotten out of him was like going up to him and being like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. accidentally made your drink with almond milk instead of mac milk. Like,
Oh, I remember this.
is this like, I was like, he's a chill guy. Like, he'll be like, I for sure he's just gonna be like, whatever. I was kind of like, I didn't say offer to remake it. I was just like, I made it with almond milk this time. And he was like, yeah, so can you remake them?
Yeah. Bro.
That's when I knew.
Now you're like being like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
no, he's-
sorry.
yeah.
And he's
So-
like, remake that shit, bitch.
Like, is he gay? Maybe like.
No, because that could be real. That could be.
I think
No,
he's
like, literally.
traumatized.
Not us being like,
Well,
men
okay.
hit on us too much.
Yeah. I
know,
and then
right?
being like,
Well,
this man won't hit
here's
on
the
us at all.
Here's the thing, though. Like, it's just like
We're
also
valid.
not even a
We're valid.
convo. Like, he won't even like entertain. Like it's just like, yes, king.
That's
give us
why I
nothing
feel
but
like
looks.
that's why I feel like he's probably in like one of the darkest periods of his life.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay. So
Or
I
in a
am gonna
committed
be.
relationship.
Ah!
Both. Sorry.
I did some
that brings
research
me
on
to-
him that I'll share with you guys after
That
this
brings
episode.
me to
Also, please don't be offended if we came at your drink order and said something negative about it.
Yeah, get
Well,
your
if
drink.
you are-
Let us know why we should have a different take.
exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like, leave a comment and defend your position.
Yeah,
Mhm.
defend that strawberry matcha.
Do you guys ever go into a shop and then you're like, oh my gosh, I just did something that I hate when a customer does?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, what? Once we change the POV, like, it's just interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us why you like your drink
Yeah.
or why you do what you do.
And yeah, subscribe, like, comment. I don't know.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
If you
Yeah.
made it to the end of the episode, comment a llama. Comment the llama emoji. Let us know.
All right. Thanks for tuning in this week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.